What's up, guys? So today we're going to talk about going from a concept to a full product. So first of all, guys, if you have always felt like there needs to be a product, why is there nobody inventing this stuff? Maybe there's a product, maybe there's a problem you face, right? And you think to yourself, I wish there was this product that could solve this pain. Or let's say maybe you want to earn and you use programs like Helium, like, online programs to analyze what people want, to improve upon current products. And so the first thing that I would tell you to do is take a sheet of paper, do your research. Sometimes your product could be an innovation, and if you're passionate about the product, you can of course iterate. If you're passionate, of course, like in your niche, or you may just invent a new product. But regardless which way you follow, what I did was, I analyzed all the comments that people complain about current products, let's say, of a donut pillow, and then I thought about ways to improve it based on the pain points that people had, and also using my imagination, something new. I made a concept on a sheet of paper, and then what I did was I contacted a lot of factories or a lot of people from China, using websites like AliExpress, Alibaba. So what you do there is then you message suppliers, right? And you send them, you talk to them. So for example, you go to AliExpress, you type the product that you want to innovate or improve upon, you type donut pillow or whatever. And so then you message the suppliers. You message a lot of people and you ask them, can you make this idea come true? Is it possible? You work back and forth. You also have to ask for a demo version of the product. And of course, initially you should dedicate, let's say, $1,000 for that. $50, $100. They charge different amounts. But what you want is, after they, let's say, prepare or work on your product the way you want it, you have to receive samples. And after you receive the samples, you basically analyze and choose the best one. And of course, keep in mind the communication, how they talk to you. If their communication is professional and easy and simple and it feels like good, it feels nice, then go for them. If their communication is not professional, if you feel it's hard to talk to those people, down the line is going to get even worse. And so when you get the samples, and by the way also, guys, you could basically order a product from your competitors. So what I did was I ordered a product. So the products that I wanted to improve upon, let's say on Amazon, I ordered them, I analyzed them, and I also compared them with the samples that I've received. Not to forget, clients complained about a lot of donuts that are just a print. So the sprinkles were just printed, right? And so what I wanted to is I wanted to give sprinkles a touch. So I came across a picture like this and I was like, can you do something like that? Can you do something similar? So I contacted a lot of different factories and I told them, can we do a sprinkle? So are you familiar with the marshmallow? Are you familiar with all those beautiful materials? Can we do something similar? Something that is soft, something that is very, I give them different iterations. Like we were going back and forth. Maybe we should do it like this. Maybe we should do it like this. What do you have? What materials do you use, etc. So one woman said, we have some keychains or some mini toys. How about this? I had this concept of, I said, what about using the sponge, maybe like a headphone stuff? They gave me an idea of using a sponge like that. Then I said, how about we make it actually shine? Is it possible? So the sprinkles shine at night. They said, we have this material. Maybe we can use those materials, kind of maybe paint them. What do you think about this fluffy or this soft material? Regardless of the name of this material. I found some, let's say, other donut pillows, but are small, like I would say keychains. So can we make it bigger? Can we make something like that bigger, but also so that people can sleep on it, right? And I think at that time I also was developing the 3D model of my donut pillow. I'm not sure exactly if it was in the middle of my negotiations with these factories or after, or maybe before, but one factory presented me with this option, another factory presented me with the second option. Some of them were like, Kamal, we can actually try this material. I actually forgot the name of the material, but they were like, we can do it. It's very soft. People use it for pillows, etc. And so I was like, okay, let's get a demo. They applied it in their own inimitable way. based on the design that I gave them. They tried to do it, they did it, and they also sent me a photo comparison like of how they did it and what they did. And then if you like, let's say if you choose a sample, you go for it. Produce to start, let's say 500. I finally received pieces, this donut pillow. And as they produce them, it's your time right now to work on branding. You see, one of the weakest points of all the brands' private label, or basically product, is branding. A lot of companies sell products, but their branding is weak. Branding, meaning there is no package, there is no professional touch to it. So what I did was I worked on the design of the box, the gifts, the keychain, what it comes with and how it comes, thank you letter, stickers as an ad, as a way to advertise. And so the initial party, so branding is a very important thing. Like if you are a designer like myself, you can do it yourself, or you can use a Fiverr, Upwork. I used Fiverr basically. I spent over $4,000, almost to $5,000, doing like a lot of things, forth and between, especially when it comes to patenting, trademarking, the brand name, the brand logo, etc., to protect yourself. And so Fiverr is the way to go. Some people tell you to test the product before going deep into. So you pay 30% of the initial cost. So they will tell you, for example, producing 500 pieces is going to be, for example, 10K. You say, okay, I will send you 3K. When it's ready, I will send you the rest. But also you can, have a third-party app coming to the factory, check if the product is there, if there is no damages, or you can have them video call you, show you how they produce stuff, the in and outs of the product. And so after you do that, what you do next is basically, as you receive the samples, what I did was I hired models and I wanted to make sure the listings are beautiful. Because oftentimes you go to any product, listings are basically copy-pasted pictures. Like there is a model and there is just Photoshop product. Most of the time, even today, I did that, I would say 3 years ago. Even today the branding is weak. So this is what you do. You care about the visuals. People care about the visuals. We made a history. We created a lot of products. A lot of pictures. We did beautiful pictures, listing pictures, videos, etc. And what I did then also was I sent people my product for a review. So you send them a sample for a review, right? So there are a lot of people that make Amazon review products. You message them, you send them a product, and they make a review. You take that video and you add it to your listing. Whether it's Amazon, whether it's Shopify, whatever store you sell, this is what I did. And so while they produce, you have time to create, photo shoots, etc. And what I realized as well is when you guys create pictures for your product, what you can do is as well, you will have a lot of footages, right? So you will have people, friends taking videos from their phone, camera. You can take all the material that you did, all the material that you have, and upload it to a dedicated YouTube channel. YouTube, TikTok, just upload the behind the scenes so people get to see and are intrigued. This is the pre-marketing, so people like it. So you upload these things on YouTube. This is what I did not do. When I did it, searches increased, and people really looked for the product. Another thing is Amazon. What I did was Amazon PPC, which is the ads within the platform. It was a pain in the ass, to be honest with you, watching videos. And this is before AI. This is before AI. I was literally watching and consuming a lot of videos. It was a big learning curve. But now you guys have AI. Any questions can be answered very quickly. As you do the pictures, upload them to Pinterest, right? Upload them to Pinterest to a link to your YouTube channel. Upload them everywhere you can. You might as well sell the pictures. You know, you can sign up to Wirestock. You upload a picture once and they distribute it to all the partners. They distribute it to iStock, Shutterstock, like Pond, Dpond or whatever. Like they have a lot of partners and you can make money for that, right? So you can upload it here as well. YouTube, Pinterest. This is the marketing that you're doing. This is besides professional paid marketing. This is besides professional paid ads on Facebook, on Instagram. This is beside, like I'm not speaking of paid ads right now. This is just free upload. And so as you do the branding, you make sure the product is professional. You know, you care about the product. And you know, like it doesn't have to be very costly. Like it doesn't have to be expensive. The product, right? It could be cheaper. But so you do the branding, you take the photo shoot. When the product comes, it's self-explanatory. Of course, you can basically upload then you just follow the steps. Like you go to Amazon, you talk. So there's this freight company that Amazon provides, or you can look for external freight companies. And so, approximately, what I paid was, I think, $3,000 for the ship from China to the US. And so you manage that. This is not very hard. I mean, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass because your factory has to sign it, and Amazon has to review it, HAS, the border control. But once you get your product in Amazon, from the mastermind that I had with live people, they actually told me not to expect any return on investment within the first initial shipment. So let's say you ordered 500 pieces. You should not expect any return on investment. This is just for people to, you know, explore, talk about it, like it, recommend it to their friends, etc. And so what I did was I really worked 2 years for that, saving all I could and just, you know, putting it into marketing, photo shoot, freight, product development, production, a lot of things. The photo shoot could take you $3,000. What I did, I booked 3 studios and I booked 2 to 3 models for each photo session. This is including the photographer fees, commute, food, all of that. But it's worth it, guys. It's worth it because you also have to have a mini presentation in those locations. Like you present yourself, you present the product, what you did, how you innovated, how you came up with it. Another thing is, guys, there are services like Yahoo Finance. I don't know how to call them, journalists or press companies or just websites, news sites. They have independent journalists. You can contact them and they can write an article about you. If it's truly innovative and if it's truly nice, you can contact them. They will write an article. They will be so happy. Of course, I mean, you can pay them, but it's a really nice ad for you. And if you also add the links, or also if you also mention that you were mentioned in Yahoo Finance in your listings, that's going to be very powerful. So let's say you have in your listings you have a photo of the product, and down below you have mentions like, you know, Yahoo Finance, Business Insider, Access Wire, all of those interesting things. And then you have a video of a person reviewing your product because you sent them your free product, like a free sample. And then you have a picture of models with your product, and then you have just a picture of your just a picture of the product. I mean, this is some solid mind, like you just blow people's minds because people care about the book. I mean, people judge the book by its cover. People judge the book by its cover. And so this is what you have to understand. Whether you start with Amazon, whether you do dropshipping, I did dropshipping big time. What helped me a lot is hiring UGC creator from overseas. They create beautiful videos. You could just have one or two contacts. Let's say you give them $500, and the products that you send her. Let's say, for example, you find a woman overseas, for example. You send her 20 pieces of a product. Of course, she has to be trustworthy. You kind of have to know her. I'm not saying to trust random strangers, but and the people that she will film you can give them your product. So she can basically tell them, I'll give you this product for free. The only thing we ask for you is just to be a part of our ads video. And that's it, right? You pay her $500. She's going to go to her friends, to her acquaintances. She's going to produce a lot of videos for dropshipping, if you do dropshipping. And one of those videos will eventually blow. I mean, will eventually make it. But to succeed in dropshipping, in my experience, you need to have 5K aside. 5K on the side. So, you can spend $500K on UGC, $500 on UGCs, right? Marketing, which includes the ads, the design, the website, and all of that. So the beautiful thing is the journey that you have, the friends that help you, right? People coming from different states, like models, helping you the project with stuff. The beauty was in the journey and the experience that I got. So whenever you are working on a project, I advise you. So the second brain, right? So this is a brain, right? So the second brain is that I use. This is I'm not paid by them, but this is something that I just tell you about. Notion. What I really just don't like about their desktop app is that it updates too often. But other than that, these guys are cool. So a second brain is Notion. What does it mean? You have a full page, or you have a project page, and you basically have all relative information about the business, right? The LLC, the trademark, the patent, the Chinese factory, the sizes, the photo shoot, the photographs, the videos. You have everything in one place. Everything is in one place, and you know what you have to do next. You know that while you have some time, you do this, you do that, and you feel like everything you get, the designs you get, the size that you get, everything, you should put it here. So you have everything is organized. Because if you go to, let's say, no matter what business you do, right? Whether you open up a Shopify account, whether you do Amazon, whether you do whatever, you will use this as your reference point. So when you create a listing on Amazon, you go here for the specs, and then you just fill in the blank. The size, the weight, the fabric, etc. Keeping your vendor's information here as well, like the person you're talking to from overseas, from China, their email, their number, their name, their address, all of that for freight, for anything in the future. You build a beautiful, and by the way guys, also, you have to also build a beautiful relationship with the vendor. So when I found my people in China, what I did was I asked them for their birthdays, right? And I went to send them beautiful gifts on their birthdays. Like if they have a holiday, you say, happy holidays, guys. You build a relationship. This is a business relationship. This is not some just like, oh, I buy this, bye-bye. This is a business relationship. Those guys have helped me and stuck with me for a long time. Whether I had financial turbulences, no matter what, those people are so kind and so nice. They can also believe in you, and they also give you ideas for other products to sell. Some products work in Germany. They have some German clients, and they suggest that I do try and sell it in the U.S. Right? They say we checked. There is no such product in the U.S. You can do it in the U.S. And this is how you build relationships, guys, with those beautiful people. But like I said, you have to find a vendor that is very polite, that is very professional, that is nice, and so people are two types. So there are energy takers. This is not assuming a toxic vampire, just energy takers, and there are energy givers. So if you talk to energy givers, you automatically feel the bliss of talking to those guys. And so you have to have Notion. Notion is going to be your second brain, right? So you keep your business information in Notion, and everything is organized. The next thing that I want to share with you guys is just put it out there, Put it out there, upload all the content online. The beauty is in the creation. The beauty is in the process. I've had a beautiful experience. You must try different things. So this is one of the things that I tried, and the experience is there. While trying Amazon, I learned about Canva. So while doing Amazon, I learned a lot about, legal LLC stuff. I learned about Canva design. I learned about the intricacies. Like, for example, I didn't have Social Security, so I had to wait a month for an EIN that is solely linked to the LLCs. I would say maybe IRS official letter. So you kind of had to wait. And if you open up an LLC, it's best to have a registered agent. Registered agent. Sometimes US passes some weird laws, like for example, boy filing.
This new law kicks into effect January 1st, 2024. If you do not register, you might face daily fines and potential criminal penalties.
Really stuff that you are not an expert in, and you don't want to just waste your time and energy doing that. Now it's canceled. People have complained, but registered agents are there for you, right? They can help you do everything. The only thing that you would need is, besides that, a tax assistant, tax accountant, and if you live overseas, you can just open Mercury bank account, Pioneer, and in order for you to open an account within these banks, you would also need a US number. So there are services that enable you to, if you pay money, and I would say maybe not little, let's say maybe $200 a year or maybe a month, I don't know. Some services provide you with genuine US number that you can call from, receive text, etc. So it's not a one-time text stuff, because you don't want to trick yourself. The bank will always is always going to confirm. And then you also learn about Facebook ads. What I learned about Facebook ads, it's an experience. It's a beautiful experience that you can basically also utilize in the future, right? You get to know so much stuff. Even if your product doesn't work, you learn a lot and you know your mistakes, right? Whether it's math, you didn't calculate the margins, whether it's the size, right? Regardless, it's a beautiful learning curve. So if your objective, remember this, and learn from my mistake. Learn from my mistake. If your goal is to make money, allow yourself to be open to any opportunities to earn money. Whether it's Amazon, whether it's dropshipping, whether it's twerking, I'm just giving you an example. Whether it's selling stuff on Etsy. By the way, digital products is the way to go. Now, with AI, digital product is the way to go. No handling, no nothing. You upload and there is no amount of limit to your scale once you create a really good digital product. But what I'm saying is, let your mind be open on ways to receive money. If your objective is to earn, be open and you will get an answer. You will get an answer. Like, you just have to think about it and want it. An answer will come to you. I don't know if you're spiritual or if you are not spiritual at all, but an answer will come to you. And then it is a matter of trial and error. My mistake was that I thought that Amazon was the way and the only way. Maybe it is maybe one of the best ways to make money, right? It's a trustworthy platform. You just get a product and sell. But if it doesn't sell, like, the fees of having your product in their warehouse is going to increase, right? It's going to increase until it's no longer bearable, until you either liquidate the product or give it away for free. Just be open with the ways you want to earn money. So you want to earn money, just be open. Don't stick with one thing. This is the problem of human brain. You think that things should always be this way. This is the only way. No. What you desire is the result. Let's say you want to have a good body shape, right? You want to look beautiful or maybe muscular, whatever. You think that the only way is going to a gym. No, it's not. You can train at home, you can hire a trainer online and do it at home, you can buy some equipment, you can go to the gym, you can just run in the mornings, you can do many things. So don't only focus on the gym, for example. For example, I don't live near the gym, so I put off the goal. I won't exercise unless I go to the gym, right? So be flexible. Be flexible. If your objective is to earn, be open. What I recommend you do, guys, is basically, if you want to earn, and this is an exercise that I do, and I do a lot. This is an exercise that I love doing. So you have to get a journal. And from time to time, study yourself. I mean, write stuff that you are. You can say, for example, I am. What are you? A kind, gentle soul. A great friend. Or an artist. An indigo child. An intuitive person. A very hardworking man, woman. Then you can also say, I have. What qualities do you have? Right? I have resilience. I have good stamina. I have this. What are your skills are? What are my skills are? What I enjoy doing. What I enjoy doing. If I had, what is my perfect day look like, right? Perfect day. If I had all the money in the world, what would I do? How would I spend? Just write these things, and this is not a one-day task. I spent time doing that, I would say, for months. I would come back, add some stuff, some idea would come to me, I would hear something, and I would be like, oh shit, yeah, I could do this, and I would add this thing here, and then another day. So I will add all these things, you sum this up, and you go to AI. You tell him, based on all the things that I love doing and that I know and that I enjoy, get me best ways I can earn, or I would enjoy making money. It will give you 5 to 6 things you can make money. And then you have to decide what platforms, how do you want to get paid, right? So for example, trustworthy. So you have, let's say, trustworthy companies, like for example, Etsy, Amazon, YouTube, right? You can earn from these platforms. Next thing is the next way, you can create a link with Stripe, PayPal to your personal website, Zelle, Cash. Think of all the ways people can pay you and create a plan. So AI gave you a plan on how you can earn based on all your hobbies and preferences and what you enjoy doing. And then you could make a plan. Okay, so what I could do right now, what is the easiest thing? Etsy. Okay, I love design, I have a good taste, so maybe I would sell some designs on Etsy, something that I'm passionate about that I like. Or maybe, let's say, you have a website and you create a course, you make videos on YouTube, but stick to the plan. You know, like you could think about it. Like if your objective is just to make money, you can, with AI, make it happen. So right now I think about myself, and I think like I have a lot of experience, I have a lot of things to share with the world. So why not sharing that, you, the listener, so that I get that off my plate, I let the world know what I did, what I do, who am I, and then whatever comes to mind, just make it happen. Just try to do it. Sure you are coherent with your thoughts, your brain, and your heart. Make sure these things are connected. You don't want to slog off and work, do some job that you don't enjoy because you have limited time. Depression, in my experience, comes from not listening to your heart. So you have an idea, right, from the heart, you have an idea, you want to do something, but your mind be like, no, or later, or I need money now, so let me just, and so an idea comes. So look, this is a tree, right? This is a tree, it gets an idea, but your mind doesn't listen to it, right? It'd be like, no. This is the moment you fall into depression. Your heart goes like, okay, fuck you. And then and you feel bad. There's no energy, no passion, no light. This is why depression happens. When you do anything towards the idea from your heart, depression goes away. So instead of taking pills and silencing yourself, you should basically just do and listen to the inner voice, or to the voice within. And so one of the things that helped me, guys, a lot is the sentence or an advice from a professional motivational speaker, Ibrahim Al-Faqih. He says, live every day as if it was your last day. Focus on today. What can you do today? Make today, make the most of today. And this is not some motivational bullshit that you'll be like, yeah, whatever. No, really, don't worry about tomorrow. Make the most of today, share your gifts with the world, and because look, if you follow your passion, you will be useful. And I'm not telling you to be useful to society because you need to serve others and forget yourself. No, I'm telling you, being yourself helps people, helps society. If you are thriving, if you're happy, everyone around you will thrive, and everyone around you is going to be happy. They will feel the positivity. And the most important thing that you also need to remember is be very careful of your circle. Be very careful of who you let in your circle. If you have some miserable people around you, it will influence your levels of happiness or levels of productivity. Not saying you to be always happy 24/7, but levels of positivity, productivity, etc. So basically just learn to discern whether the people you're hanging with are energy givers, integrous, really good people, or the people you're hanging with are energy takers, negative, angry, low vibration people. Because I don't know if you know, but there are levels of consciousness, right? Base, survival, and bliss, peace. So people are just levels. Some people on this level, some people on this level, some people on this level. And there is no good or bad. There is polarity. We need those and we need those. But it is your job to choose what kind of people you want in your life. And there is a middleman. A middleman is a tit for tat. Tit for tat. You do them good, they do you good. You do them bad, they do you bad. You don't care about them, they care not about you. So it's this is a very important thing. So, my name is Kamal. I was very happy to be with you today. Thank you so much. And I will see you next time.